Welcome to day 2 of Sharp. Today, we're gonna be discussing Medline. The learning objectives of today's session is to explore the features of Medline-1 in terms of the mesh tree structure, the advantages of mesh, the explode, focus, subheadings, limits, and we're gonna learn how to conduct an effective search strategy. We're gonna understand when should we be narrowing our search and when should we broadening our search in order to conduct an effective search. And by that, you'll be tooled with the skills on how to efficiently search, which is effectively search in a timely manner. Because time is money again. We're teaching you to be efficient searchers. What do I mean by a mesh tree structure? And what do I mean by a mesh to begin with? A mesh is the controlled vocab, which is the abbreviation of medical subject heading. In Medline, the controlled vocab is called mesh, medical subject heading. What does it mean? The researchers that work in PubMed, and because Medline is part of PubMed, PubMed is actually 2% more than Medline because it has two types of people working there. People who collect the data and enter it, and people who index this data. And that's why this is the 2% gap which PubMed has more than Medline. How much time does it take for an article to be indexed? Well, it depends on the type of the journal, on the quality of the journal actually. So Lebanese medical journal, when it was indexed previously, prior to 2018, it would have took it forever probably to be indexed because it doesn't have any impact factor. But when we're talking about New England Journal of Medicine, it wouldn't take that much long for it to be indexed. What do I mean by mesh again? It's a controlled vocab. That is, the researchers will receive so many articles that talk about the concept cancer. However, they will be receiving it from different people, from different researchers, writing it in a different way. Some people write cancer as tumor British. Another researcher writes tumor American. Another user or researcher uses neoplasm all over his article. And the fourth user uses carcinoma. So on and so forth. So many synonyms for articles that are talking about the same concept. So the indexers that are subject specialist people hired by the National Library of Medicine and PubMed sat together and decided we should do an indexing that would allow other researchers all around the world, whatever they key in as synonym for this concept, they would be mapped for a controlled vocab, exactly similar to the hashtag of the Instagram nowadays. So they decided whatever you key in or type in as synonyms of cancer, you will be directed to the mesh neoplasm. The mesh is a controlled vocab. It's written this way. It's like the Bible or the Quran. Maybe, for example, breast neoplasm is written breast neoplasm as a mesh or a controlled vocab in this particular medical database. In other medical databases, it might be written neoplasm, space breast. The writing of the controlled vocab or the way how to place it differs because different databases has different number of journals indexed and different types of indexers that are working there. But the concept is one. Controlled vocab means I am taking all the articles that are talking about specific concept and I'm labeling them, indexing them with a particular mesh, in this case when it's Medline and PubMed. So a mesh tree of cardiovascular disease is set as following. As you can see, we have some meshes indented further than the others. But all of them rely to one higher mesh tree, which is cardiovascular disease. So each mesh is part of a broader mesh term, and it might have narrower mesh terms. Mesh headings are organized with 16 main branches, including but not only anatomy, organisms, diseases, geographicals, and healthcare. And each branch has many levels of sub-branches, and each heading has a position in the hierarchy. Some terms appear in more than one branch in the tree. For example, if I take measles, mumps, rubella mesh, it would appear under measles, under mumps, and under rubella. What is the advantage of the meshes? It removes the uncertainties. Have you thought of all the synonyms of cancer? Imagine you're doing cancer concept in Google. You will have to be typing cancer or tumor, British or American, or neoplasm or carcinoma, or all the alternatives and things that you might not think of, leukemia, prostate, right? And also you'll be mapped to the articles that are mentioning and not indexing or talking about. Did you try all the spellings? Did you include all the variants? Did the author use your terms at all? You cannot find all what's not there.